Lesson 317. I follow in the way appointed me.
Hi there. Imagine a grand plan where each of us has a unique role, tailored to our inherent talents, sensibilities, and potential. What if embracing this individual plan is the key to true happiness and fulfillment? Let's explore what Lesson 317 reveals about this fascinating idea.
I follow in the way appointed me. I have a special place to fill, a role for me alone. Salvation waits until I take this part as what I choose to do. Until I make this choice, I am the slave of time and human destiny. But when I willingly and gladly go the way my Father's plan appointed me to go, then will I recognize salvation is already here, already given all my brothers and already mine as well.
Father, your way is what I choose today. Where it would lead me do I choose to go, what it would have me do I choose to do. Your way is certain, and the end secure. The memory of you awaits me there. And all my sorrows end in your embrace, which you have promised to your Son, who thought mistakenly that he had wandered from the sure protection of your loving arms.
In other words, thinking that we have to accept a role assigned by someone else, even if this someone else is God Himself, might feel like a profound affront to our ego thought system. Yet, to understand this lesson, we need to remember some important principles from A Course in Miracles, principles that we have delved into extensively in our previous lessons. First, we need to accept that our true will and the will of God are the same.
Lesson 74. There is no will but God's.
Lesson 101. God's will for me is perfect happiness.
Lesson 102. I share God's will for happiness for me.
Then of course we need to remember the principle that has been stressed throughout the course: we are not separate from God. Therefore, thinking that following the path appointed to us by God equates to accepting a role assigned by someone else doesn't make sense, because there's no someone else.
Lesson 124. Let me remember I am one with God.
Lesson 167. There is one life, and that I share with God.
Lesson 184. The name of God is my inheritance.
And then of course we need to remember that we are always caught between two worlds, and with each holy instant, we must decide which one we wish to see and live in. The world that our physical eyes show us, interpreted by our ego according to its past conditioning, wounds, biases, and beliefs. Or the one the Holy Spirit reveals to us, the one visible through our spiritual eyes, with the eyes of Christ.
Lesson 31. I am not the victim of the world I see.
Lesson 129. Beyond this world there is a world I want.
Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds.
Once we reflect on these principles and listen to our heart, affirming the truth of these guidelines, we can readily embrace today's lesson.
I follow in the way appointed to me.
This perspective introduces a radically different approach to life, suggesting that we don't need to rely solely on ourselves to make decisions. If we depend only on our ego or our ordinary state of consciousness, our choices will be influenced by our perceptions. As we've learned repeatedly, these perceptions can be flawed at best, and utterly misleading at worst. What we need to do is pray and ask for guidance, rely on our inner true self, and reach that state of peace and quietness within us where we can just listen. Let's check for disturbances and emotions when we feel pushed to do something or when we feel the need to decide. Let's strive to reach another place within ourselves. There's a specific part for us to play in the bigger plan.
Lesson 65. My only function is the one God gave me.
Lesson 100. My part is essential to God's plan for salvation.
Lesson 192. I have a function God would have me fill.
We came to this earth with a particular set of skills, tendencies, sensibilities, talents, and so on. We grow up in specific circumstances that shape our experiences, expertise, and unique perspectives. What if all this truly makes total sense and is functional to the completion of a bigger picture we sense, but yet fail to understand? This marks our place in God's plan for salvation, leading us not only to our own greater good but also to the greater good of everyone. Let's remember once more the prayer from Lesson 71.
What would you have me do?
Where would you have me go?
What would you have me say, and to whom?
Let's embrace the path God has chosen for us today, for it is our escape from sorrow and our passage to love. This path is how we infuse our lives with a genuine and fulfilling sense of purpose.
I follow in the way appointed me.
I follow in the way appointed me.
I follow in the way appointed me.
How do you feel right now? Isn't it awesome to realize that by finding and following our own paths, we're not just helping ourselves, but also playing a part in something bigger, a collective journey towards love and peace? Continue practicing both in the morning and evening, and remember today's concept every hour. Whenever you're unsure about what to do, remind yourself,
I follow the path appointed for me.
you're doing wonderfully. Remember, your journey is a vital part of the bigger picture. See you tomorrow for another impactful lesson. Just a quick heads up, we're delving into the section titled, What is the Last Judgment? If you missed the introduction to this section, just click on the video link that will appear on your screen shortly.
If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment. Thanks. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. There's a new lesson every day.